Every community has their own cultural beliefs and practices that kind of defines them, that kind of sets them aside, that kind of just gives them their identity as a community, as a society. For the case of say my home in Kenya, as a tribe, as a clan, as even a sub clan, and so on. We all have our different unique cultural practices, and most of which I must say have meaning behind them, and some that don't. Number one. Number two, most of which, as we speak in this 21st century and this time, this season, this year 2023, have been superseded, have expired, zimepitwa na wakati, if I can use my Swahili language, so that then they once had meaning, they once were meaningful, they once were useful, but not anymore. They have been superseded with time. They have just been exhausted with time, and therefore right now they are not bringing any value to whoever is practicing them. And that's why today, guys, in this episode, I would like us to look at some of those cultural practices, cultural myths, if I can call them, that no longer have value, so that then it will be good for you and yours if you dropped them completely, should you still be practicing that. Karibu. Now, I must emphasize this again, if I can be talking from a point of my home country, Kenya, where we really appreciate the diversity that we have there. We are so diverse, beautifully diverse, if I can add. We have different tribes that just come from different regions, that we are one country, one people, but still just beautifully speaking different languages, some of which you might understand, another one that you might not, and so on. That's just how we are, and that's what makes us unique. That's just what makes us Kenyan. But like they say, we all bleed red. So yeah, whether you come from whatever part of the country, whatever community, and so on, we just have practices that really we have to agree that they either bring value to whoever is practicing, and then others just take away the value that really they do not deserve. And those specifically that take away the value are the ones I would like us to talk about today. And therefore, more than ever, this particular episode, I would love to hear your comment. I would love to read from you about just what do you know about your cultural practices, from your tribal lessons and so on, or from your tribe down to the clan, to the sub-clan, if you have all those, because we are very different and they cannot be all the same. What are some of the cultural myths, some of the cultural practices that really have no value anymore? Probably they did during our great-great-great-grandparents' times, and so on, but right now they no longer have value. Again, like I said in the introduction, guys, what does not add value to you takes some away. As long as it's taking your time and it's not adding value to you, it's taking away some. So let's be very careful with some of these practices zenye tunafanya, and be very, very sure that there is some value they are bringing to us. And if the answer is no, there's not any value, then we need to drop them as soon as possible, because then they're taking away some of our values. Okay, now one of the myths, one of the cultural myths that I can categorically and confidently say that has really been superseded, that has really expired, if I can call it, is the fact that home is only where you've been born and raised. Not anymore, guys. Right now, with the very fast moving world that we live in, home can be anywhere. So if you still believe in that old way of living, that home is only where you are familiar enough with, you were born there, you've been raised there, maybe you schooled there for depending with what age you have, maybe you even went to high school around that area, maybe you've gotten married, if you're a male or female, settled in marriage, just still around the area. So that is what you believe is home. Then you need to stop it. Times have changed. Home can be anywhere. Like they say, home is where your heart is. So I might have been born in some village in Kenya, raised there, maybe schooled there, only managed to leave maybe when I was going to college and so on, and probably moved out when I got a job and so on. Wherever I am, that should be home. That is where my heart is for that moment. That should be home, guys. So therefore, wacha tuachane na this belief kwamba kama ulizaliwa ukalelewa na and so on. Tuseme for example Narok, then Narok is only a place that can be home. Ama kama ulizaliwa ukalelewa ukaenda shule Kitale, then only Kitale qualifies to be home. No. Home can be anywhere that your heart is. So that cultural belief of limiting where home can be has been superseded, has expired. I hope this helps somewhere. I hope this helps somebody somewhere to just flex it out and also just look at a world to be, bigger than your village, bigger than your little hometown, bigger than your country, guys, and so on. Home can be anywhere. Okay. Now, the second cultural myth that I would like to point out, really, is, that left-handed people are kind of not complete, or a left hand is not good enough. I don't know how to put that. That's not true. The last time I checked, left hand, right hand, still good enough. They're still hands. They both are needed by the owner for balance and for operation. Those beliefs we've grown up where, and this one is kind of personal because I'm a victim of that. I remember I actually almost didn't like school when I was very, very young because my nursery school teacher used to really kind of beat me and have me stop using my left hand. I'm left-handed. Because she kept saying the left hand is not a good hand, and she would put it like wacha kutumia mkono ya shetani and so on. And I just grew up with that mentality of, my goodness, maybe I'm not good enough because I'm left-handed, I'm using the devil's hand. We need to that has been superseded, guys. Should you happen to be a dad, a mother to your child, and they are using either left or right hand, it's okay. Any hand is a hand, and it's equally good enough. And number 2, don't try to force your child to kind of engage with the other hand more, so that then they use the left hand less, and maybe think with that time now they will forget it. No, leave them alone. If someone is using a right hand, let them use the right hand. If someone is using the left hand, let them use the left hand, and so on. A hand is a hand, last time I checked, okay? So I thought I needed to mention that as well. And Just so you know, quite a number of guys who I know are left-handed that are doing great things, guys, are like my former president, left-handed. Barack Obama is left-handed. The former Prime Minister of Israel is left-handed. Benjamin Netanyahu, Prince William is left-handed, I think, and so many others. So a hand is a hand, guys. I thought I needed to mention that, and let me know what you think. Have you had an experience about this? Was it good or bad? Let me know what you think. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in my next episode. In the meantime, do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye for now.